Hello, my family. Have you ever had a Job moment? Do you even know what a Job moment is? I'm going to tell you. We're going to have actually tea time today instead of coffee. I have some beautiful fresh spearmint with green tea or green jasmine tea. Going to fix me up some southern ice cold sweet tea. We're going to talk about Job moments. All right, y'all. This tea time, perfect place. It's actually a really important conversation that we're going to have, and it happens to everybody. But I thought it'd be beautiful to do this outside. I need this energy with the sun. I need to hear the nature of God right now. And I will tell you before I go any further, this book has been amazing in my life right now. And I have been reading it faithfully daily right now. So, welcome y'all. My name is Carrie, and welcome to Parton's Heritage Homestead. Now, I know that this is a homestead, and we do a lot of crafting, which we're going to start doing that on Fridays, Crochet Fridays. We do a lot of cooking, canning, dehydrating, growing, raising. We do a lot of the farm homestead lifestyle here. But there's another side to Parton's Heritage Homestead, which I've revealed, and it started back in 2020 when I got shot. So we do believe in the Lord. And today's topic, like I mentioned before, is about Job moments. And you may ask me, Miss Carrie, what is a Job moment? Well, I'm glad you asked, because this is really important. It's something we all go through, and we might not even know what it is. And I can understand. Now, I understand that there are some out there, and the topic of Christianity is not, not a comfortable situation. But please hear me out before you leave, because even though it's got a name, it happens to every single one of us, whether you're a Christian or not, whether you're a homesteader, doctor, banker, homemaker, mother, father. It doesn't matter. The Job moments it doesn't care what your profession is, and it doesn't care what situation you're in, or it doesn't care where you live or how you live. It will test you to the end of time. Job moments are those that have the situations happen one right after the other, and not the first one wasn't even figured out yet, let alone right now into another one. Some people say when it rains, it pours. These are Job moments. These are the ones where in the Bible, Job, he basically was one that the enemy looked at and said, Lord, allow me to do whatever I want to him, and he will surely curse you. And so God did grant him permission to allow Satan to do whatever he wanted to do to him, but he just couldn't kill him. So Job went through losing everything on his farm. He lost his farm hand, he lost his family, he ended up with a sickness that was, oh my goodness, aggravating and painful. And the man it was one right after the other, to the point he literally threw his clothes off, sat in the ashes, and said, God, here I am. But he never cursed him. That's what the enemy wanted him to do. He wanted him to curse him. And then it went even further. This is a part I love. Now, how many of you experience this one too, where, okay, you have your Job moments, and well, you've got somebody, your friends, family, whoever, tell us what's wrong. And so we confide with them, because we think maybe sometimes talking it out will help. And sometimes it does. But then here comes the negativity. Oh, Lord, y'all. There's nothing positive that's going to come about your situation when you speak to these people, because what they're going to tell you is, oh, well, In your situation now, look for this or this. Now it could, it's you need to maybe find a solution for this and this as well, because well, it's just not going to work. Let me give a better example. Okay, so say you have something in your life that hit you so hard and you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know how you're going to pay your bills or whatever. And then you get that friend, oh, we're going to pray for you. But, well, what if you lose your job? Are you prepared for this one here? Well, oh, yeah, that's right. They said you only have 2 weeks. So I don't know what to do for you, but we're going to pray for you. And well, maybe, well, no, they're not going to help you either, because they don't have that, or food banks no more, or, wow, yeah, things don't look good for you, do they? That is the last thing you want to hear. How about the other thing? Well, if you would have done this or you would have done that, your situation might have been differently. Well, you know what? Here's a new flash. Maybe you didn't do anything and it just happened to you. You ever heard of those too? It happens. How do I know about Job moments? I'm going through one right now. And this isn't my first rodeo. I've been through many Job moments, and it will test you to the end of time. But see, I'm not going to be the one to turn around and look at you and say, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Susan, or I'm sorry, Betty. Mary, I can't do nothing for you, darling. So, um, yeah, I understand. I'm so sorry. Or you get this person that will come in and feed off your Job moments, y'all. And I'm telling you, they will feed off of it, because now they have an excuse to profess their moments with you, and there is no hope. Lord have mercy. So it comes down to is they want to know how you're doing, and when you tell them, all of a sudden, we don't hear you no more. It's, oh yeah, well, let me tell you what happened here. Bobby Sue, man, I don't know what to do with her anymore, or um, I can't seem to get out of my misery. It's been going on for months, and I just don't see no way out. We don't pray about it. Number one, we love to sit in that dwelling, because now we're thriving on it, and to me, y'all, I'm uncomfortable here. I don't want to thrive on it. I did, and that's what made me sick. I started binge eating my feelings. Serious depression to the point I didn't even want to get out of bed anymore. Misery loves company, y'all. Not everybody is your friend. Misery loves company, because company, the one that made you into the Job moment in the first place, wants to keep you there. But see, I'm here to get you out of it, just like I am. It's called fighting against the Job moments. We don't curse God for what's happening. We raise our hand and we're going to praise God for what's happening. And I know that does not sound right. It don't. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to praise Him through the storm, because I'm over it. I'm done binge eating. I'm done losing sleep or not even wanting to get up out of bed. I have my moments just like you, y'all. I may be a YouTube creator. I am absolutely a homesteader. And I can put up some of the nicest things for you. But you know what? This is a reality life. And I'm like you. I have my moments just like you. And I'm sitting in my Job moment right now. It just seems to be one thing after the other. And I'm sitting here saying, God have mercy, please. Now, I don't talk about my problems all the time, just like many of you don't, because frankly, you don't want to hear any more depressing news, for one. Number two, really there's nobody there that's going to really help. And so, for me, I do know where to turn to, though. And I do know where to turn for my help. Instead of cursing Him, I praise Him. Instead of hating Him and being angry at God, I thank Him for being there to listen to me. Now, where does that come to with this book and in my situation? I do want to take a moment to read you today's reading. It really hit home. The last two, actually, sometimes, let me tell you, I've told you before, sometimes crap happens, y'all. Sometimes maybe it's a trial because something so big is coming your way, you can't handle it until you go through. Now, you're going to go through the pressure before that gift is given to you or that blessing. You're going to go through the pressure because if you can handle it, then you're going to be able to handle the greatness that's coming, because that greatness is going to mean that you've got a big responsibility. And so you are going to be tested like a wine press and pressed through to see how much you can endure. And if you can endure it through the end, that blessing is going to be a breeze, y'all. But I will tell you, it's going to be responsibility. And for every Job moment that I go through means that there's a blessing coming that's going to make me even more responsible, but humble. It's going to make me be able to know that God is forever by my side. And you know what? He is never ending. Whether you're on earth or not, blessings come to you, but you got to earn them. They don't just pour in your lap, y'all. Now, sometimes they do, but you don't think that there's something because of that. The fact is that maybe that blessing got poured in your lap, but there's something ahead of it that you're going to need that blessing for. You know, I've learned that too. So now I'm going to go into today's reading. Now, I don't normally do this, y'all, and I think maybe it's high time during my coffee times I do, because it's, you know, we all live with this. I don't care if you're a YouTube creator or you're not. We all go through this. Sometimes we go through so much that we just take a break. You know, we'll stop our entire life because it gets too much for us. And before it gets that way for me, I'm putting my brakes on. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to take and enjoy the moment where I'm at. And I'm not going to sleep through it, and I'm not going to binge eat through it, because this is just not healthy. And especially the things that I've been eating isn't healthy. I need to get back to my lifestyle, especially now since I know how to eat. But this was part of my Job moments. This is where it started. And it just started accumulating from there. So I've had one situation after the other, and the first one has not been resolved yet. So, green jasmine tea with fresh mint, spearmint. Talk about refreshing and a sunny day. So, let me go ahead and read this right quick, because this is May 2nd's reading. Living in dependence on me. Now, see, when we think about things in life, first of all, part of our Job moment is because we lose control. How many of you cannot handle it when you don't have control of your life? It becomes so chaotic, and nothing you say or nothing you do is going to put those ducks back together. These are why they're called Job moments. These are things and areas in your life you cannot control it, y'all. No matter what you try to do, you are not going to control it. You are not going to find the answer for it on your own. You're going to have to find a way to get help. Now, my help, I don't know about everybody else's, but my help comes from the Lord. And so this is the reason for this reading. Let me go ahead and finish. If you heard it straight up from the beginning of this, he said, living in dependence on me is the way to enjoy an abundant life. You are learning to appreciate tough times because they amplify your awareness of my presence. Don't that hit home? Tasks that you used to dread are becoming rich opportunities to enjoy my closeness. And this is absolutely true. You know, here, YouTube, my family, you, I'm learning to enjoy this because this is where God led me to. But I was not comfortable. When you feel tired, remember what I said about those Job moments where you just don't want to get up out of bed? You're depressed. Y'all. When you feel tired, you remember that I am your strength. You take pleasure in leaning on me. I am pleased for your tendency to turn to me more and more frequently, especially when you are alone. You say, what? What do you mean I'm alone? Yeah, the depression has you believing that nobody understands you, nobody loves you, you're all alone, you are going through this by yourself, and so now we're just going to feel sorry for ourselves. I do that. And then sometimes my husband has to go away on a trip. Most of the time I'm here on this farm by myself, so quote unquote, I'm alone a lot. But see, I'm not. And I gotta remember that. I'm not alone because all I have to do is just talk. Oh yeah, notice my speech. Been doing a lot of talking lately, y'all. Through these Job moments and through my testing and trials, I've been doing a lot of talking lately. They're not always nice, I'll tell you that. This Christian girl has had to ask God to forgive her a couple times. I'm just going to be honest. Why should I lie? Yep, he heard it, so why lie to you? I'm not always a good girl. Let's be real. When you are with other people, you often lose sight of my presence. Wow. Yeah, because we don't have to concentrate on nothing no more. But when we're with other people, what are we talking about? Are we amplifying our miseries? Are we uplifting them? Are we finding a solution? Are we boasting and bragging? Or are we talking about somebody because we're miserable and Lord knows, we got to talk about somebody else because it's going to take away from our problems. And now we're going to gossip. Oof. Your fear of displeasing people puts you in bondage with them. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about that for a moment. So, honestly, when I have done some of my videos, I have been very afraid to put them out here. And the reason for it is because I have this fear of offending my family. And see, if that happens, then I lose my family. And so I can't grow. I can't be with more folks who maybe understand how we live and who really maybe need us, especially in the times that we're in now or whatever. Even when I do videos like this, I'm always in fear I'm going to hurt my family and they're just going to leave me. So your fear of displeasing people puts you in bondage to them. Y'all, that's not the way to live life. I can't enjoy being in the presence with you if I feel like all I'm going to do is lose everybody. And let me get this straight first. This isn't out here to, this content isn't about begging you, oh, please stay with me. No. I get it. Y'all, everybody has their opinion. Everybody has their choices in their life. That's not what this is about. What this is about is being able to enjoy being with you without being afraid. All my life, I have been a people pleaser. To my husband, to my family, to my friends, everywhere I turned in life, co-workers, I was always a people pleaser. And what happened was I stressed myself to the max. There was no room for me. There was no room to take care of me, like my beautiful, refreshing tea out in the sun, right out here. There was no room for me. So I became under bondage with everybody else because we could not hurt them. It's toxic, y'all. It's very toxic. This is not how this channel is going to work. It's not going to be run by toxic. It's going to be run by love, peace, joy, and happiness. Is it going to be happiness all the time? No. Life doesn't work that way. but you will get reality. So let me continue. It's going to confirm what I just said. Your fear of displeasing people puts you in bondage to them, and they become your primary focus. When you realize this has happened, whisper my name. This tiny act of trust brings me to the forefront of your consciousness, where I belong. As you bask in the blessings of my nearness, my life can flow through you to others. This is an abundant life. Now, there is 3 segments in the Bible, which I'm going to read. I mean, I went this far with you, so why not? I love you, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I take refuge. He is my shelter and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. This is what I needed the most. When I know I'm going through my Job moment, it's one right after the other. There is no solution that I can find, and it just keeps getting another hit after another hit. I know who I can run to. I'm going to get up in my daddy's lap. I am going to put my arms around his neck. I'm going to cry on my daddy's shoulder, and I'm going to say, Jesus, help me right now. Because I cannot do this by myself. And this is where I'm at, y'all. I cannot do it by myself. So like a little girl, I went to my daddy's lap and I sat there and I just cried with him. And let him know how I felt. That was in Psalms 18, 1 through 2. And in this one's Proverbs 29:25. Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. Isn't that the truth? You can't always trust the people around you. Sometimes some people in your life are there to use and abuse you. They're not about you. They're not about your cares. It's all about what they want. Here's a prime example. We're going to come to you. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Are you okay? You respond, yeah, I'm okay. I could use some prayer. And all of a sudden, okay, well, we'll pray for you, but have I told you what's happened lately? Oh my gosh, let me let you know what's been going on. I just can't, I don't know what to do about it. Will you please pray for me? Or, hey, do you happen to have this or that? You see how you just disappeared in just a simple question? How are you? The thief does not come except to steal, to kill, and destroy. I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. John 10:10. Y'all, our Job moments can be full of trials and they can be so devastating at times, but I'm not going to sit here and dwell in the moment of the Job. And what I see, I know it may not look good. But what I am going to do is, in the midst of it, whether it looks good or not, whether it makes sense or not, or whether I have tears running down my eyes, or I'm just going to scream, shout, joy, praise, when it makes no sense at all, through my storms, through my trials, because somewhere down the line there is light at the end of the tunnel. And how do I know this? Remember I said this isn't my first rodeo? I have been through trials and storms over and over and over, and I've always come through. I have been through one Job moment after the other, and somehow I've always come through. And then there's the question, why me, Lord? I've done this so many times, and I told you about the story where my mama said, why not you? But it's a little deeper than that, y'all. Why me, Lord? Well, I was brought to memory when he looked at me and said, why me? Why did I go on the cross for you? Ooch. Ooh. Okay, that was an instant shut up right there, but no, we had to go a little further. Why me? Because we were never promised it was going to be roses all the time. As a matter of fact, we were told that we were going to go through. Now, some may see that as being negative, but no, there's something positive through that. But we were promised we were going through. We never were promised it was going to be beautiful all the time and that we were going to be prosperous. Think of every homesteader that has this beautiful garden, and all of a sudden bugs came in and infested it. Or how about recently, oh, Lord have mercy, that poor homesteading heart. God loved those folks. They had the most beautiful garden that they had just planted, and then found out here is a really good moment for a Job moment, y'all. You went and bought fertilizer called Black Cow, and you started planting all of your seeds that, the ones that we planted out here that we grew indoors. And so they went and fertilized their gardens with their Black Cow like they have done several years before this, year after year. And all of a sudden, the next day, within a day or two, they go outside and their entire crops are gone. I mean, everything completely burn up and gone. Only to find out that their ground was overpowered with ammonia. And so the soil that they are selling just wasn't appropriate. It was very, very fresh, and greed of a company took place. So what I'm talking, these are Job moments, the things that you don't see coming. They're just going to come out of nowhere, it seems. And how we're going to handle this. Now, I have to be honest, I have not handled my Job moments very well. As a matter of fact, today, I decided to be Job and ripped off all my clothes, sat in the ashes, and said, God, I can't do this anymore. I am not in control, and I cannot find the answers. Hear the word? Me. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe I'm supposed to seek for the answers. And so that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to take these chains off, and y'all, I'm not, things are happening. I'm just going to ask for wisdom, guidance to help me through, because I can't find answers to some of the stuff that I'm going through right now. And being depressed is not helping me. I need to get up and do things. I got things falling so far behind right now that I don't know if I'm going to catch up. And that's nobody's choice but my own. And I chose to do that. And then I chose to eat the wrong food. And Lord have mercy, I have been swelling, heartburn again. And I know where it's from. And oh Lord, I feel bad. And what do? I go right back and eat that same dad burn thing that made me sick in the first place. What am I doing? This ain't how I handle this well. I know how to do this better. Come on, girl. Thankful. Y'all, I'm real. I'm just like you, and I have my moments just like you. So, these are the times where I'm going to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to put my big girl panties on, and we're going to conquer this. We're sitting in this moment. But I'm going to praise you through the storm, Lord. It don't look good. I know it ain't. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to praise you through it because I've seen it before. Time and time again, I've come out of it. And I will come out of this one. And so will you. I'm here to tell you you're not alone, y'all. Do you know how many people sit here together? Only we're not going to be the Job friends that bring you down even further or blame you for the situation that maybe you had no control over. No, I'm going to be the friend to tell you, I know somebody's got the answer for you. Hang in there. It's going to get better. I promise you. I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. It's a moment in your life. And though it is not fun, it is stressful. Don't fall into it. Step out of it. Find. This is when we need to seek the hardest. Positivity in life to keep on going, y'all. It's been a while since I had a coffee moment, but if I'm going to have coffee or tea moments, y'all, I'm going to make them worthwhile because this is our lives. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're not a Christian, we all go through something. And so maybe God isn't a part of the person that you will turn to. Find something positive, no matter what it is. Positivity is what takes our moments that we are in now and make them look less intense. Even when they are intense, it doesn't look so bad. And before you know it, what we were going through, there was light at the end of the tunnel. And we made it. Victoriously, we made it through. There was an answer. We just can't see it right now because it all comes down to control. When we lose control of our situations or our life, we tend to want things done here and now our way. And you know, I'm learning life, Mother Nature, everything. It doesn't subside to what I want. It would be nice, but who am I? I'm going through. That's what I'm doing. So, I'm in my Job moment, y'all, but this tea is amazing. So I'm going to enjoy this. Now I'm going to raise my hand. Now I'm going to say thank you, Lord. Do you hear that? Listen for a moment. I'm going to shut my mouth. Where's there misery in that? There isn't. It's joy. Beautiful song. Get away. Get away from the situation that you're standing in. Don't think about it for right now, y'all. Step away for 5 minutes. If that's what it takes. 5 minutes. Then maybe step away just a little bit further from it. You know, I'm going to tell you one thing I've learned is your problem, it's going to be there when you come back. I mean, seriously, it's not going anywhere. But maybe you had a chance to breathe. Maybe you had a chance to enjoy something else for a moment so that your mind can rest. Maybe there's an answer after you rest. And get away from it because, you know, sometimes, okay, here's an example. When I'm building something, and I've watched my husband do the same thing. Sometimes when we're doing something, we concentrate so hard that we just miss the point somewhere, and it's just not working. We have to put it down and walk away. We go for a walk, we go do something else, whatever. We just get away from it. We decide to go back to it after we've calmed down, and nonchalantly, it worked out. Wow. Okay, so I was too stressful and I didn't see it, but it was right here all along, so now it's coming together. This is the same thing with our life, and in our Job moment, sometimes we just need to take a break. So I'm taking my break with you right now. I am drinking my green jasmine tea with my spearmint. I'm out here with the songbirds on a beautiful sunny day because we're fixing to have storms. We're not even going to talk about that one. I'm going to enjoy the moment right now because I stepped away from my Job moments and my problems and my troubles that have happened one right after the other, and I'm enjoying the moment. And then when I go back to my situation for my answers, I just might find it because I won't be under so much stress. Stress will boggle you down so bad you can't see straight. And you know what, y'all? I have been through depression before, and I'm not going back there. I allow myself moments in time, but I'm not staying put because that's when it becomes dangerous. I've had my fare of eating poorly. I'm going to chalk that up, okay? So, you know what I did? No big deal. I mean, I'm not perfect. I have moments like everybody else, and I fell whim to, oh, that sweet, sugary cinnamon bun, or that cinnamon roll, or, oh, those cookies, or those chips, y'all. However, may I remember the moment where I swelled up so bad and the heartburn, I couldn't sleep. May I remember that always because that was bad. Oh, that's awful, y'all. So I reached for the cottage cheese this morning. Yep, I sure did. So, Y'all, I am going to love being with you. And no, you're not alone. Seriously, you're not alone. We all go through Job moments, and I'm just trying to help you understand that sometimes just walk away from that situation for just a moment, y'all. Go find something joyous to do. Whatever you're going through, it's going to be there for the moment. You will come out of this, and I can promise you that you will come out of it. But for right now, step away. Don't dwell on it. Don't concentrate on it because it's bringing you down, and it will. Find something joyous to do. Do something different for at least an hour, maybe a half hour. And if all it takes is 10 minutes, do it. It will help you get a clear mind on what to do next. Maybe it'll be, the answer will be there. You just can't see it because you're so strung out and stressed. Step away for just a moment, and that one problem after the other will come together, and before you know it, you've come through, and that's something to rejoice about. So this book right here, Jesus Calling, I have to say, this was something that came into my life before this situation I'm in happened. This was my answer. I just didn't understand it until it happened. And when I first opened this up, I saw it immediately. This was my answer and why this came to me before my situation started. And I can't be more thankful for God's angels like you. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes things happen for a reason. We might not always understand that. And that's a hard time. That's the hardest thing about it is because then it becomes, why me? And like my mama says, y'all, why not me? Why not you? You know, maybe there's something great about this. We're going to complain about it, or are we going to try to find a solution and just maybe sometimes take a break from it? Because I want that blessing, y'all. I want that blessing. You know, I have gotten to the point that sometimes even part of my Job moment, I'll be honest, is this channel right here. And so I'm going to take this moment right now, and I'm not stressing about it anymore. See, this is me right now. So to get to part of my topic of why the Job moment and my solution, this channel right here is, I'm taking my time out right now. I'm taking my step away from it all. And you know how I'm doing that? I'm talking to you about it. I'm drinking my beautiful southern tea, not your typical sweet tea. I'm talking, well, my frou-frou tea. And I'm enjoying that in the sun with the birds. And I'm taking a time out in a beautiful way. My situation is still there, and I know it is, but I'm not stressing over it because things are going to happen, and that's the part of being out of control. I can't stop it. Did you hear me? I can't stop it. I cannot control it. I cannot stop it. I can't change anything. Time, prayer, and God, in my opinion. But maybe it's time, wait and see. And you know what? Enjoy what we have in the here and now. And stop stepping so far in advance to the point that we want more. Or maybe not look at our expectations so high. There's nothing wrong with setting our expectations higher. There is something wrong about putting your expectations in an area that's not foreseeable. You know, that does happen. So maybe we need to come down a little bit on our expectations, and you'd be surprised how much that would take away our stress. So I am at this point going to lower some of my expectations. I'm going to enjoy the here and now. I'm going to drink my sweet tea. I'm going to listen to my birds. I'm going to take my time out, and I'm going to read my book. And I am just going to, sit outside, y'all, and just say, hey, I love you. And this is Carrie from Parton's Heritage Homestead, and man, have we got some good things coming for you. I have Crochet Friday coming up, y'all, and we gotta do a pot holder. I'm also going to be teaching you how to read a pattern, and yes, before anybody asks, I am right-handed, so I don't know how to do the left-handed thing. So if you are left-handed, I'm going to show you the basic stitches, but you're going to have to figure out how to hold your hands the way. See, the stitching doesn't change, it's just the position of your hand and your hook. So I'm just going to teach you the simple stitches. And then I have an amazing supper tonight, y'all. I'm going to be using kamut pasta, and we are going to make a portobello mushroom and Italian sausage creamy pasta. See, this is me enjoying my moment while I'm sitting in the ashes like Job. Because life is too short, y'all. I don't have the answers, and you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I don't have to be in control of everything in life, and neither do you. Sometimes we just need to find a way to enjoy the moment and stop being in control. Because, you know, some of y'all have said something that never hit home until just now. Miss Carrie, you're light and you're smiling. You don't look so serious. Wait, what? What do you mean I look so serious all the time? Y'all, seriously. But you're right. I look back at my videos and my goodness. Lighten up, girl. Thank you. I need to know that life can be fun. I love you. And until next time, I hope you got something out of this. I hope it helped just a little bit. Until next time, much love to each and every one of you. I'm going to finish my sweet tea. Gosh, y'all, that's so good. We'll see you again on Parton's Heritage Homestead.